Hello, this is Lynda Cromar. I wanted to share something with you that I think a lot of people fall down on, not because they want to, but because they generally don't understand how important this is. There was an email, a post out on Facebook that I saw recently, and it was basically, if I'm in an MLM, why, and they're emailing my leads, why do I need to email my leads? Or why do I need to contact them? Why do I need to be in touch with them at all? And the reason is that they're really not your leads unless they're not just being emailed by either the MLM affiliate program, whatever it is. Whether you're in Empower Network or whether you're in any one of the thousands, truly almost 1,000 at least, of the top MLMs. If you go look at the list, there's hundreds of them. And those people are really seriously captured by that MLM, and they become their lead. And how you avoid that is by having them become your lead first. Then you have the right to continue to contact them, because most of them have a rule that if you are not, if they are in their list and you haven't done anything to create that list for yourself, they are not going to be able to be contacted if you decide to leave that company. And what if that company doesn't stay? You don't have any guarantees, because I've seen many of them actually die. And that does not mean that I have anything against any network marketing company, but it's just sometimes because of the business atmosphere we have today, it's not guaranteed that they're going to stay. So how do you prevent that happening, and how do you hang on to your own leads? Well, there's a lot of things out there these days that are set up to let you email your list. There's Aweber, there's GetResponse, and those are the top two, and there's many others besides those. And they're all set up to allow you to send either autoresponders, which is pre-written things that you put up ahead of time for that particular list, or there are emails that you can send out, what we call broadcasts, which are current information, and generally it's about content or an event that's coming up, such as like if you just did a blog, or if you have a training coming up that evening and you want to make sure that they know about it, and you do it daily. So what do you do when you start having a list of people? And this is pretty new. I have other lists that are larger, but I am specifically building a list inside of this company, and they are also going to Aweber. I don't leave that to chance. I believe that it's important to have them coming into my Aweber, but on the other hand, this is a good place to start, because I also know this company is extremely stable. It's been around for 30 years, worked with many, many different companies, and created their whole system of how to, keep in touch with their customers. So, for instance, if this was just an MLM list, it wouldn't be an issue. But if you look at how this was just subscriber a few minutes ago. And what I did this morning is I knew, because I had already made a contact on Facebook, that this was the person, and I also recognized the email, that this was the person that had bought a product from me, a one-time product that was $25. And that made her become part of my list in this system, as well as on Aweber. And so one of the things I did immediately is I changed the subscriber to her name. I contacted her on Facebook, and I also sent her an email this morning. So another thing I want to say in here is that I invited her to our mastermind group, which I did. And so what I'm doing is more than just sending blind emails out to everybody that's on my list. What I'm doing here is individual, personal networking with individuals. So if I go back to my list of people, and I have several that I haven't actually contacted. For instance, I have this fellow here, and I don't know who he is because I didn't find him on Facebook. It says Petey. It could be Petey. One thing we could do is just copy the name and see if it shows up as a person in Facebook. It doesn't as the email, but that doesn't mean that it would be not. Okay, and then another choice is to see if there is anyone by this name. And then another thing that happens when you go out to search, if you just click search, it will show you some possible places where this person is. No, it's not Petey as a last name. Okay, so, and it is showing other people with that name, but it's not showing him directly. So I don't have access to him that way. So one other thing that you can do, let's go backwards because I don't want it to do that, is that you can, I'm surprised that that name doesn't come up in Facebook at all. Let's try again to, here we go, Pagio, but it's not. Oh, it could be Pagio. Interesting. I never thought about putting it that way. Let's see. Pagio. Interesting. So this is a foreign name, and I have too many choices to decide by that. So another choice I can do is I can actually send an email. Oops. I have one in particular that I use this way. Come on, cut it. I'm trying to put my email in on there, and that's not going to work. So let's do it that way. So
ask you.
So we could send a new email with that email address. And I think that Petey is his name. I'm going to take a chance. So I don't know whether he'll respond or not. I'm going to go ahead and just send that. So there's just a few opportunities. And again, the best way is to find a way to connect with them, if at all possible. I don't know whether that's a first and last name. Sometimes there are people that are obvious that you can tell. If it doesn't show up and it asks if I want to go to search, then I don't really want to do that, because most of the time that's not going to be helpful. And the majority of the people that I'm connecting with are people that have already been following me, and those are the ones that are actually showing up here. So I'm going to go to, I know that this is Mary that just bought, I don't want you to do that. There you go. So most of the time, almost always, the email that you pull up in the search here, that's kind of a cool trick that I've used to find individuals that may have opted in so that you can continue the relationship. And as you can see, there's some conversation going. So Mary has been talking to me. And so I do have her name. So one thing I want to do today is actually put Mary's name in that contact database so that it's pretty obvious who it is. So I'm going to click on this subscriber, and instead of it saying subscriber, because that doesn't mean anything, does it? I'm going to just copy and paste from the Facebook, because you know that's the correct name then. And I'm going to put it in here, and that allows me to keep a better eye on this person. And also I can say that she bought our enviralizer as well. Mary bought an enviralizer last week. Okay. And so this is one of the cool things that I think a lot of people don't know that you can do, and that is that you can start to keep an eye on what's going on with your contacts. And I used to pay an additional $50 a month at least to do this in another completely different software. And this is the same software that you've heard about, Power Lead System, where you can create capture pages, you can send emails. And here's one thing to keep to look at also, is that if you, I'm not going to send an email right now, but if you look, not only do we have what PLS has created here, but we also have a huge amount of specific things created for us, which we can go in here and alter and make it so that it's ours. We can use what is in here as a guide and change it to what we want it to be. There is so much in here that it's totally crazy not to use it. And so I just wanted to recommend that you truly do care about your contacts enough that you continue to build rapport with them, you continue to talk to them. And it's certainly so much nicer when you start to know who that person is and how you can be of help to them. Because it doesn't matter whether they just went in. I've got a current capture page that just asked for the email. So obviously I have to do something to make it more than that. And the more information you have, the better you can serve this person. So if you want to know more about how you can use Power Lead System in whatever you're doing, then please click on the link below and we'll get you started. You'll also get the ability to be in our mastermind group, where we teach how to market in very effective ways that work right now, and you get that's a bonus of about $5,000 you get for free. So to me, it's a no-brainer. So I hope that's been helpful, and I'll be talking to you in the next video.